Good morning, I'm Jennifer Mosher. I'm the author of Who Caught the Yawn and Where Did the Sneeze Go? I'm also the author of Simple Rules for Effective Business Communication. And I'm also the author of Self-Publishing for Australian Authors, which I'll talk about in a few moments. First of all, I'd like to thank Varuna, the Writers' House in Katoomba, for hosting this event. It's a lovely surrounding and a great place to be, especially in winter. I've been helping Australians self-publish since 2009, so that's just coming up to 9 years. And as part of our IndieMosh program, we've published nearly 200 authors and we've helped them release nearly 300 titles. Over that 9 years, I've learnt an awful lot, much of it the hard way. But some of the things I've learnt included in, a lot of my learnings are in self-publishing for Australian authors. And things like ISBNs, cover design, format, images, channels, how to sell, what to sell. I could talk for hours, but I'm not going to because you'll fall asleep. Some of the things I'd like to just address this morning are reasons to self-publish. You're writing the book that you want to write. You need to consider, who do you want to read it? Is it going to be a mass market paperback? Is it a family history, a memoir? Is it how to grow African violets in a cold climate? The type of book you're writing will dictate the type of audience you're writing for. That will help you work out what channel to use, whether you should order a bulk printer, a bulk lot of books from your local printer and just sell them face-to-face at the markets, or whether you should pay good dollars to have it formatted, laid out, professional cover design, and whether you try and sell it online through retail outlets such as Booktopia, Amazon, places like that. So a lot of self-publishers have, it's a big journey, you've got a lot to consider, and a lot of your choices will be dictated by the end result you want, whether you're hoping to make a lot of sales, and how deep your pockets are. The more money you spend, the better the product you can have. But of course, if you're writing your family history and you only expect to sell to 20 or 30 or 50 people, perhaps spending $5,000 developing that book might not be a high priority. However, you may feel that $5,000 on that piece of history is a much better investment than spending it on a week laying on a beach in the South Pacific. You do that, and yes, you'll have a lovely holiday, memories forever, but it's gone. If you spend that $5,000 on a really nice book, you've got that forever. The other thing, if you're considering something like a memoir or a non-fiction book that might help other people in a small realm, or an autobiography, things like that, or a family history, when they're published, you're eligible for legal deposit, which means a copy of your book can be sent to the National Library in Canberra. Now, as an Australian, I think that's really important. I'm interested in family history, I'm interested in cultural history. Books that we're publishing today that go into legal deposit, I know that in 100, 200 years' time, when people are researching, they will find those books, and those books will give them a real historical perspective on today's society and culture. It's not the official record, so it's going to have more authenticity for it. If you're looking to self-publish to make money, you should invest. If you want people to buy your book, you need to honour your reader. You need to deliver the best book you can. So if you expect people to pay good money for your book, you need to invest in it. You should be considering editing, paying a professional editor, paying for good cover design. If you can't afford all of that, perhaps consider releasing an ebook version first and then go for print on demand down the path if you find the ebook is getting good sales. Don't think that self-publishing is a get-rich-quick scheme, please. Many people are disappointed. Occasionally someone does well, but for the most part you need to invest in your self-publishing career the way you would a university degree, which means time, effort and dollars. But self-publishing is very rewarding. You've got three choices. You can do it all yourself. You can research all the things, including having a look at self-publishing for Australian authors. You can choose to do some bits yourself and outsource other bits as your finances allow, or you can come to a full service provider like IndieMosh and we can guide you. We have some authors who we've done 2 or 3, 4 books for, we've helped them along the way, and now they've decided to fly on their own and they're publishing under their own steam, their own imprints and their own accounts. So you can use us as your university as well and we can help you get started. But if you're considering writing, do it for you and then do it for the money. And that's the best advice I can give you. I'm Jenny Mosher. Thank you for listening.